G'day everybody, where's Wally here? Well, as you might have figured out from the title, this video is going to contain the names and faces and voices of both Gigantor, aka Pookie, aka Nick, but also a little bit of Antonio Subrat. So fair warning guys, although both of them will be humiliating themselves, so I guess you'll let me get away with it. So let's get this thing going, guys. See, when I saw this comment by Gigantor, and the use of the word public seemed a little odd. It was a bit like a tell, or like a subconscious admission that he'd seen it privately, but just not publicly. Well, Wolfie has cut a little bit of my grass today, but to be fair, a lot of that grass was his anyway, so too bad, so sad. Let's have a look at him fly and enjoy that for a bit.
You're helping. You're helping me. Good, darling. That's good, darling. You're a good helper. Yeah, that's it. Okay, a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. We've closed the power. So that's great.
This bit where Wolfie, it's pretty unique, but he was actually going to fly, goes and there's scar on his left wrist, and then he stays like he's flying. But very nicely done that. Now, I did suggest that you get a tattoo of the Wolfpack logo on this, but this will do.
So I'm just making a short video because there have been claims that I have never actually proven that I'm the one flying the aeroplane, and that's fine. I just want to show you the real proof that I'm actually the one in the pilot seat making the video. I'm just going to pan around in this room. I'm in a hotel room and there's absolutely nobody else here. Okay, just panning around. I'm the only person in this room. Now I'm going to show you my left wrist. And you can see there's a discoloration there. That's from an injury I received many years ago, and the colour in the skin just went to this light colour and it's never basically healed. But anyway, that's a distinct feature on my body that you can use to identify that I'm actually flying the plane in the following clips. So I'm in the cockpit just prior to our departure today, and there's the discoloration on my left wrist. Those are the stripes on my uniform, and I'll get some more video from in flight. Yes, it's Wolfie, and yes, I am flying the aeroplane. It's a real aeroplane, and yes, I'm in the pilot seat. And there's the discoloration on my left wrist. Flying across the USA to the East Coast, and it's the 16th of August. So we just crossed the equator, which means I need to make an adjustment for the Coriolis effect. Okay, it's all good now.
While we're on planes, let's listen to an expert on head-up displays, shall we?
Yeah. So, Wolfie 6020, your plane flies at 3 degrees. Okay, at 3 degrees. Your your HDU is set horizontal, and then you fly at 3 degrees. Lo and behold, looks like the horizon has. Do you see? You freaking idiot.
Oh, sorry, I meant self-confessed expert. The Dunning-Kruger is strong with flatties. Let's listen to an expert talk about Dunning-Kruger.
Fractured escape. Dunning-Kruger has two learning curve. When you come out of the indoctrination centers, you're stuck on MT. Stupid. MT, stupid, MT. I'm not sure what you mean by MT.
Oh, sorry, yet again, that's a self-confessed expert. It's just so perfect, though, when he tries to talk about Dunning-Kruger, and someone in the comments made a comment about Mount Stupid, that Pookie just read it as MT Stupid and didn't know what the heck he was talking about. Because everyone knows the very first thing you learn about when you're talking about Dunning-Kruger is Mount Stupid. Upper left, that's where these guys are sitting, right on top of Mount Stupid. And of course, Pookie was having a go at this beautiful piece of moon below the eyeline footage that Wolfie managed to snag from his plane as he was coming back from America. Funny thing was, I was in an email conversation backwards and forwards with Wolfie while he was doing it. So here, enjoy this little inter-Pacific email exchange. Oh, and by the way, Nick, how does a person in a plane 47,000 feet above the middle of the Pacific Ocean email people? Via satellites, perhaps? That in itself is a little bit interesting. Oh, Nick, and while we're looking at these two photos of the moon that Wolfie took from 33 degrees north, and then I took a few hours later from 27 degrees south, how is it that the angle from horizontal to these two moon images is roughly 60 degrees rotated from each other? Can you explain how on the flat Earth that happens? Otherwise, I'm just going to call that interesting.
Or Buddhist teachings, not a phrase, a story in Buddhist teachings to highlight the importance of the here and now and the insignificance.
When Jose asked Pookie if that little birdie had expressed the thoughts of all globers everywhere upon his receding palate, Gigantor made up yet another cover story. It was but a seed from the apple blossom flower that did gently kissed my brain-filled cranium, he said. Yeah, mate, was that Schadenfreude, or was it just good old karma for Pookie by globular birds everywhere? Okay, now for the feature event. Let's have a look at Pookie's latest video where he's trying to take down Wolfie and his moon below the eye level video. Watch out for the cigarette lighters in this one, guys.
Hello, Flat Earth Research. At the top here we have the bore site, and as it says here, this is where the nose is pointed.
So basically the bore site is irrelevant, Nick, so why even bother talking about it? That's just where the plane's pointing.
Whatever. Okay, so this is a very simple diagram to explain what we're going to have a look at, and that is a claim that has been made by a pilot who is very much against this idea that the horizon rises to eye level.
He isn't against it, Nick. He just knows that it isn't so.
Whatever. First of all, let's have a look at some documentation which is aimed at pilots, and it is this document here. Operations, are you seated properly? Now, this was put together by aviation experts.
Hang on a second there, big fella. Well, trust Nick to find a document about adjusting the height of a seat for the pilot and turn that into a whole lecture on aviation and avionics on a flat Earth. Oh man, there's the cigarette lighter right there, guys. Did you see it coming? Look, the line that's marked as horizon here should probably be written as horizontal, because it's basically just a line that's parallel to the surface and is used as a reference so that we know when we're talking about pitch, we're talking about that particular angle to horizontal. Now, if the pilot looks straight ahead from the plane and the plane is off the ground, what do you think he's going to see, Nick? Nothing but blue sky can he see. I really shouldn't sing.
whatever. And it basically talks about the optimal position for a pilot in which they must sit in order to reach the controls and see the controls properly, with about 50% of their vision being able to look at all the instrumentation here, and the remaining 50% to be able to see out of the window. Now, of course, if the pilot is seated properly, then he will also be pointing slightly up with the aircraft if it is pitched up, so the pilot's line of sight will be up like this, or the aircraft's reference axis. So basically the pilot's eyes, when he or she is looking straight ahead, will be pointing in the same direction as the nose of the aircraft is pointing. Using night vision as well, we will have a horizon in front of us that appears lower, because the night vision camera is on the nose of the aircraft. So this entire view that we see here projected onto the heads-up display screen with the night vision is actually pointing up in the...
Strawman alert, guys. Now, the camera angle is likely adjustable inside that enclosure, Nick. I mean, these guys who are really smart at avionics know how to do that. Man, you have such a simplistic view of avionics and electronics, don't you, Nick?
Whatever. So the claim here was that because the moon is below eye level, it is proving that we do not live on a level Earth. However, we can see from this that the aircraft is pitched up.
So what happens when the plane is pitched down? Ever thought about that, Nick? Anyway, look, I'll let Wolfie tell you all about it.
So in this video we're going to look at another observation I made today through the head-up display while flying west as the sun was setting. And as you can see, the position of the sun is clearly below the horizon line. Now this is a little different to my moon video because this video was taken while the aircraft was in a descent. And we're going to talk a little more about the symbology in the head-up display and how it actually works, because flat earthers have been desperately trying to discredit my moon video, but all they keep doing is proving that they don't understand what they are looking at. So let's explain a little more about how this head-up display works, and you will understand why the flat earthers just keep getting it wrong.
Whatever.
And the third point is that moving the camera up and down will not affect the position of the horizon line relative to the Earth's horizon. This is another misunderstanding that some flat earthers have. So today I took some footage moving the camera up and down, looking through the HUD, and you will see that it does not change the relationship between the horizon line and the visible external horizon. As you can see, I'm moving the camera up and down, and the position of the horizon line relative to the Earth's horizon is not changing.
Whatever.
So I'll play the footage taken today, and you will see very clearly that as the sun is setting, it is below the horizon line, and that means it is below eye level, below true level as it is setting, and that is impossible on a flat Earth. The only reason we see this scenario is because the real Earth's horizon has dropped when we're at high altitude due to the curvature of the Earth. Now I made a point also of looking at the aircraft clock, which is a precise time in UTC, and there we have 1000 UTC. Now remember, the sun set at 5:59, and that is 0959 in UTC. So this is now after the sun has set in Perth, which is actually further west than our present position in this video, and yet we can still see the sun because we are at a higher altitude.
Okay, well that wraps it up. So if you like what I've done, click like and subscribe. Although looking at this data, it might be better if you get FE Core to give me a privacy strike. I think that would probably work much better for me. Sorry, Wolfie. Oh, Nick, I think you better give it a break, mate. Jesse seemed to have nailed it right on the head. Oh, Nick, you're getting stressed, mate. You're sounding like you're getting really frustrated. I think you better give it away before you pop a fuffle valve. Oh, Nick, I think you better just give it a total break. Up on Mount Stupid, it's not real good up there, mate.